The following is a special presentation of Big Polly's World of Sports Sims, alternating the reality of sports and entertainment since 2020. Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's installment of the Hometown Football League, the second game of Week 17. So this would be game number 82. Today we have Detroit and St. Louis for you because I didn't want to play Indianapolis against Chicago and I didn't want to play Green Bay against Cincinnati. We have Minnesota hosting Cleveland Friday, the Monday night game on a Friday. So we'll do Detroit and St. Louis. St. Louis needs to win out to even have a chance of making a playoffs. A loss in either game and they are eliminated. We know now with Pittsburgh losing, and there was a six-way tie between from 11th to 16th at 9 and 7, that 9 and 8 will be the cut line after this week. So St. Louis stays alive with a win. If Detroit can successfully play spoiler, they will knock St. Louis out of the playoffs a second year in a row. And St. Louis is just, the Maroons are just one of those teams on paper that should do well, but they don't do well. Stafford against Neil Lomax, that's the quarterbacking matchup. Of course, now Kurt Warner with the Arizona Cardinals. They did not make the playoffs. Detroit won the toss, will receive. St. Louis in the burgundy uniforms over here on the right side of your screen, and Detroit in white on the left side of your screen. Watkins, Fennebach, and Walker back deep. And that is a touchback. Offensively for Detroit, it's going to be Barry Sanders and James Jones, the running backs. Moore and Johnson in the base formation are the wideouts. Charlie Sanders is the tight end. Stafford, of course, now plays with the Rams. He's your quarterback, won a Super Bowl with the Rams last year. Brown, Stanfill, Glover, Sewell, Creekmore, your offensive line, and let's see what Detroit can cook up here on first down. The give was to Barry Sanders for a gain of 2. Defensively for St. Louis, it's Carter, Quinn, Brockers, and Walker, your front four. E.J. Jr., Meanert, and Stallings, your linebacker core. Worley and Fisher, Wilson and Stovall, those are your defensive backs. And on 2nd and 8, it's Stafford looking to throw, looking for Herman Moore, and then completion. 3rd and 8. Detroit already out of the playoffs, 6 and 10. The best they could do is 8 and 10, and that would not be enough because we have one team already posting at 9 and 8, which is Pittsburgh. 3rd and 8 at the 22. So we know the cut line will be 9 and 8 this week. So if anybody picks up their 11th win, they make the playoffs. Anybody who fails to pick up an 8th win will be eliminated from the playoffs. We'll know that much. And it's Earl the Pearl Morrill back to punt at the 9. And this is Hakeem. And Hakeem returns at 10 yards. We have Morrill possibly out of the game. Perhaps injuring himself on the punt, but that line of script does not usually apply, so we might see Morrill even back still. Falk and Farrell are your running backs for St. Louis, starters. In fact, let's get into the double receiver, double wide running back formation. Holt and Bruce are your wideouts. Smith, Jackie Smith, the tight end. Lomax out of Portland State, your quarterback. Pace, the best offensive lineman at left tackle. He's a 10. Dobler, DeMarco, Timmerman, and Deerdorf, the remainder of your offensive line. We'll look to Falk, trapped to the right side on 1st and 10 from the 47. So the Maroons starting with good field position. Don Dahl, his return will be questionable. We were just about to get to the Detroit defense. He would have been the starting left corner. But as things stand now, it's Porsche, Baker, Karras, and Brown, your front four. Walker, Schmidt, Williams, your linebacker core. Barney fills in for Don Dahl. Larry is the other corner. Hunter and Quinn are your safeties. So 2nd and 2, and we should see where Barney is lined up. Maybe throw a pass his way. And we'll go Torrey Holt on a slant. First, 2nd and 2 from the 45. That is incomplete. So on 3rd and 2, we'll go screen to Falk. And that is incomplete. And Lomax, noticeably upset. I think he's saying something to the effect of, what the fuck? 4th and 2 at the 45. And Donnie Jones will punt it and try to stick Detroit in a hole. And he did a good job there. That punt went out of bounds at the 4. So 13:20 left. We are just getting started with this, the 82nd game of the HTFL that we have done on the Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims YouTube channel. 1st and 10 from the 4. Of course, we got the NFL draft coming up in a couple of days from Vegas. I think they are building the platform for the announcements on top of the fountains at the Bellagio. And if you are listening to this in Vegas, and if you want to traverse the strip come Thursday, that's going to be difficult. 2nd and 7, 3-yard gain for somebody there. A fumble recovered by St. Louis. E.J. Jr. It was Sanders getting 3 on the previous play. And sure enough, E.J. Jr. recovers the fumble. And it's 1st and goal to go for the Maroons at the 4. Trap right, Marshall Falk out of San Diego State. He gets a little closer. Holt may have been injured. An undisclosed injury. Marsh comes in as the 2nd tight end when they go to the double tight end set. We'll go to Farrell here. 2nd and goal from the 1. He will punch it in. Touchdown Maroons. Oh, that crowd goes wild at Edward Jones Dome. And of course, it's an indoor arena, so that noise doesn't escape. It just travels within the dome. The extra point try is blocked by Yale Larry. Zerline attempted it. So your score is going to remain St. Louis 6 and Detroit nothing. And Watkins getting back deep for Detroit. It's going to be taken by one of the upbacks. Well, he chased after it, and the ball got by him for a touchback. So not a very long drive at all. 2 plays, 4 yards, 43 seconds is all that took after the miscue for Stafford. And he is back under center, 1st and 10 from the 20. That is incomplete. I'm looking for Herman Moore. Looks like Worley got to it. 2nd and 10 from the 20. I'm doing this live to tape because I had chili right before I did this game. And you know what chili can do to you, and I like to have my chili with corn. Marker before the play.
Encroachment defense. Number 93, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
And that is Carter called for encroachment. Moving the ball up 5 yards. 2nd and 5 from the 25. Hell, I like to live dangerously. And that is gain of 9 for Calvin Johnson. Many say he retired too soon. Stafford firing a strike to him. Fisher on the tackle. 1st and 10 at the 34. I forgot to get water before I did this game. Here's Barry Sanders on the loose. Pick up a 14 yard. So Detroit, a dangerous team where you're in a must-win situation, as St. Louis is in. 1st and 10 at the 48. We saw a few weeks ago that they were way behind Minnesota. Came back and made one of the great comebacks in HTFL history, winning in overtime, I believe, against Minnesota. Hey, it's been a few weeks. I don't remember every game I do. 2nd and 10 from the 48. And that was Stafford out of the pocket. Was running out of the pocket, but Carter got him on a sack. A loss of 7. 3rd and 17 at the 41 of Detroit. It's Stafford. Deflected off of Wilson for an incompletion. 4th and 17. Here's Morrill to punt, or maybe somebody else. And yeah, Morrill was okay. He did not leave the game as the report suggested. Hakeem, a 4-yard return of a 39-yard punt. So give that a net of 35 yards. 8:55 left in the opening quarter. And the Maroons lead 6-0. will go Earl Farrell, trap left, and he will pick up 5 yards. Quinn making the tackle, one of the safeties. And we'll pitch it to Falk on 2nd and 5. And he got nowhere. No gain, that pitch. That was a lot of maneuvering just to get no yards. 3rd and 5 will go to Isaac Bruce on a short hitch. And Lomax finds his man. Bruce getting loose. 22-yard gain. Larry on the stop for Detroit. Yale Larry. And it's 1st and 10 now at the Detroit 49-yard line. We're going to run that. No, we don't want to run a sneak. I want to run a stretch play where we have pulling guards. And we give it to Falk. And Falk will pick up nothing. Walker making the tackle. That's Joe Schmidt out of Pittsburgh. And I'm thinking Wayne Walker out of Idaho there. 2nd and 10, the ball at the 49. A nice day here in Seminole, Florida this afternoon. The 26th of April, I beg your pardon. Hitch to Holt on 2nd and 10 from the Detroit 49. And he's got a catch, and he's got a 16-yard gain for a 1st down at the 33. Try that stretch play again with Marshall Falk, who so far has been kept in check. And this time, it's a fumble recovered by Orlando Pace. So St. Louis getting lucky there. 2nd and 8, the ball at the 31. 3 wide, which brings Sonny Randall into the game. Probably one of the best third receivers in the HTFL. Will go his way on a hitch. Detroit playing short and tight, so we're just going to leave this alone. And Randall with a 23-yard gain. Don Dahl back in the game. He made the tackle. Len Barney came in as the nickelback. And it's 1st and goal from the 8. The score is 6-0. We'll go Falk, trap left. And Falk, did he lose any yardage? No, he just got back to the line, and that is it. 2nd and goal, ball at the 8, 3:24 left, opening quarter. We'll pitch it to Falk. And this time, Falk is all the way down to the 2, a gain of 6. So now it's 3rd down, 2 yards to go. 3 tight ends now. They bring in Kendricks as a 3rd tight. And it's going to go Falk on a dive. And Falk is going to be held up for just 1 yard. 4th and goal from the 1 with 1:52 to go. And the crowd here in St. Louis going, go, 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 go. And they're going to get their wish. We're going to go Falk on an inside run. But it's a short, tight defense for Detroit. We're going to go Holt on a slant. And it's incomplete. A turnover on downs of all things at the 1-yard line. And that's where Detroit's going to take over with 1:11 left in the opening quarter, in Detroit trailing 6-0. And this is Barry Sanders, and Sanders picking up 6. Brockers on the stop for St. Louis. 1:04 left. And that is a catch for Calvin Johnson. Fisher on the tackle, and we have played 15 minutes. Right now your score is St. Louis 6 and Detroit nothing. But you wonder what might have been had they not blown an extra point and had they not been stood up on 4th down from the 1-yard line. Detroit, 13 plays, 28 yards. And St. Louis, 16 for 87. 10 of their plays were rushes. 7 of the 12 plays, actually, Detroit had were passes. And Stafford off to a bad start, 2 for 7 for 13 yards. 3rd and inches from the 11. They give to James Jones, and Jones picks up a 1st down, a gain of 3. That's his first carry of the day. Comes at an opportune moment for the Lions. 1st and 10 from the 14. St. Louis needing a win to stay alive in the playoff chase, but Detroit, no pressure on them. They've already been eliminated. We have Herman Moore injured on that off tackle play by Jones. Rocker's on the tackle. So Brett Perryman comes in and will play one of the wide receiver positions for the remainder of the game with an out for the game injury. This is James Jones picking up 4 yards. EJ Jr. on the stop, setting up 3rd and 3 from the 21. We hope you all are well this April 26th, 2022. 3rd and 3 from the 21. And that is a catch for Brett Perryman, a gain of 8. And that sets up 1st and 10 from the 29. 13:22 now left until halftime. Pitch is to James Jones, and Jones with a lot of running room here, past the 45 to the 46. He picks up 17 yards. A very Barry Sanders-like run out of James Jones from the University of Florida. 1st and 10 at the Detroit 46. And this is a deep ball for Perryman, but that is incomplete. 2nd and 10. Ball at the 46. And a marker before the play.
False start. Offense. Number 66, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
So Sewell gets called for the false start. It's going to be 2nd down and 15. Ball is at the 41-yard line. St. Louis playing back. And here's Barry Sanders with a gain of 10. Setting up 3rd and 5 from the St. Louis 49. 11:30. This will be the 10th play of the drive, actually. That's incomplete, so all they'll get from it is to punt the ball. There's Earl Morrill punting it away. A sideline punt, probably not a good one. It only went 28 yards out at the 21. And that is where St. Louis will set up shop. 1st and 10 from the 21. About even in terms of total yardage right now, 87-73 in favor of the Maroons. And we're going to go Fox way on a pitch to the right side. And he's going to gain 5 yards. On today so far, Falk 9 carries, 25 yards. We'll look to Sonny Randall on the slant, 2nd and 5. And Lomax is going to run, and he'll get the first that way, a gain of 8. Porcher making the stop for Detroit. 1st and 10 at the 34. And we're going to go cross to Torrey Holt. You might remember that Lomax's career pretty much went south after a preseason game. I want to say this was 1986 with the Chicago Bears, where there were a whole bunch of fights in the game, especially the second half of the game. Gene Stallings was the coach of St. Louis. We'll stretch it with Falk on 2nd and 10. And at one point, Stallings wanted his team to leave the field because of the brawling by the Bears. And the team returned to the field, continued to play the game. We'll go Smith on a short cross, by the way, 3rd and 7. That is incomplete. So Lomax off to a 3-for-8 start, 61 yards. And Lomax got body slammed by William the Refrigerator Perry in one sequence. Donnie Jones punting, Manley back deep for Detroit. Catching at about the 11 or 12. They'll say the 13, actually. His return 7, the punt went 50, and that was a 43-yard net. 1st and 10, Detroit at their own 20. 8:10 left now until halftime. In the 85-86 offseason, well, actually for the Bears, since they went to the Super Bowl, won it, it was 86. It was a couple of days before the Challenger disaster. That's how I remember. They won the Super Bowl January 26. 2nd and 9 at the 21. And that is a throw to Charlie Sanders, a gain of 8. Perry was invited to WrestleMania 2 to take part in the Chicago portion of the Supercard that was held in 3 locations. 3rd and a yard, they give it to Jones. Jones gets the first, a gain of 2. And he took part in the Battle Royal and actually eliminated Big John Studd, better known as John Minton. And EJ Jr. out for a few plays. So that's going to bring in this guy, Ogletree, Alec Ogletree out of Georgia, to replace Junior. And it's 1st and 10, ball to Detroit 42. Stud was in a few movies. The one that sticks out in my mind was the Dudley Moore movie, Mickey and Maude, which he did with Amy Irving, where he winds up getting 2 women pregnant. 2nd and 10 from the 42. That'll drain your pocketbook. And a whistle.
Pass interference, defense. Number 22, automatic, first down.
Worley called for pass interference, moved the ball up to the 49 of St. Louis. 1st and 10 at the 49, 5:40 to go. And that is Jones with the catch, a gain of 6. Stafford is now 6 of 14, 39 yards. 2nd and 4 from the 43. It's Stafford, and that is a catch for Charlie Sanders, a gain of 12. 1st and 10 at the 31. It's 6-0 in favor of St. Louis, and Detroit looking to change that situation. No pickup, metered on the tackle of Jones. 2nd and 10 at the 31, and we're down to 3:26 now. No gain for Jones. Nick Pietrosante, who we saw a lot of the last time we used Detroit in a game. 3rd and 10 at the 31. And this is a catch, and that is to Brett Perryman. A gain of 12. And that moves Detroit to the 19 of Seattle. 19 of St. Louis. Seattle we did last week. And this is Pietrosante gaining 5 yards. 2nd and 5 at the 14. We'll go to the 2-minute warning. St. Louis 6, but Detroit threatening with no points. Each team with all 3 timeouts and 1 challenge left to go. 2nd and 5 from the 14. And that's a sack. Little coming up the middle and lowering the boom on Matthew Stafford. Detroit not opting to call a timeout. That's why I didn't call one. 3rd and 14 at the 23. And Stafford going to the sideline, an incomplete pass. 1:34. And it'll be a field goal here for Eddie Murray from 40, which he pulls to the right side. No good. So St. Louis gets it back. 1st and 10 from the 30. They will have 3 timeouts to work with. And we're going to go slant to Jackie Smith on 1st down. That is incomplete. Jackie Smith was famous for his last season where he played for the Dallas Cowboys and dropped what surely would have been a game-tying touchdown grab from Roger Staubach. Screened the Falk on 2nd and 10.
Encroachment, defense. Number 76, 5-yard penalty.
You ever watched the Super Bowl 13 half-hour highlights where Smith drops the pass and Vern Lundquist, who was doing the Cowboys radio announcing, says, bless his heart, he's got to be the sickest man in America. That's a sad way of being immortalized, I guess. Torrey Holt on the medium cross, 2nd and 5 for the 35. And this is a gain of just a yard. St. Louis will call timeout. It's 3rd and 4 from the 36. We're actually going to put Falk wide, and we're going to look his way on a slant on 3rd and 4. That is incomplete. So with 59 seconds left until half, Donnie Jones comes out to punt. The ball at the 36, and a booming punt by Jones. And Manley had no choice but to take a fair catch there at the 12. 52 seconds left to go in the half. It is 6-0 in favor of the St. Louis Maroons. 1st and 10 at the 12. Couldn't use the Rams because the Rams play in the HTFL in Los Angeles. Gain of 7, metered on the stop, and the Detroit wants to get into the half. 2nd and 3 from the 19. That is a catch for Charlie Sanders. And Detroit not using their timeouts. 1st and 10 at the 29. The give is to Barry, and Barry picking up 7 with 7 seconds to go. And finally, Detroit calls a timeout. Don't understand why they waited until here to call a time. 2nd and 3 at the 36. It's to Sanders again. Sanders picking up 6 yards. And that'll do it for the first half of play. Your score right now is St. Louis 6 and Detroit nothing. And I will be back very, very shortly. Actually, I'm going to take a break, but you won't notice due to my editing skills being so good. Just kidding, folks. I'll be right back. Big Paulie back with you to start this second half of play. Detroit trying to spoil the Maroons from making the playoffs a second year in a row. They did not make it last year. They were one of the last teams eliminated last year, if I remember correctly. The score is 6-0. Margin of victory will be important because that could be the determining factor. With so many teams log jammed for that last playoff spot. So margin of victory will be important. Terry Metcalf is back deep for St. Louis, and this will be a touchback. So far in the game, 36 plays called for Detroit already, 151 yards. St. Louis, 24 for 104. 19 of the Detroit plays passes. 13 of the St. Louis plays have been rushes. Cross to Isaac Bruce. St. Louis has to win both of their last games.
False start. Offense. Number 72. 5-yard penalty. Repeat
they get
first down.
Deerdorf. And he'll tell you all about it on his show. 1st and 15 from the 15 now. It's a screen to Falk. And Falk's got it. And he's got a lot of running room. 30, 35. Out to the 39. That's his second catch of the day for 24 yards, so he had a catch earlier for just a yard. We're going to look to Sonny Randall on a cross. And again,
false start. Offense. Number 69. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
They get the great Conrad Dobler for a false start. He would finish his career with Buffalo in the early 80s. It's known as one of the dirtiest linemen in professional football, and it was something that was a badge of honor to him. Sweep right Falk, 1st and 15. And that is Falk gaining 11. Yale Larry on the stop for Detroit. And we're going to go long to Torrey Holt here out of North Carolina State, 2nd and 4. And we have a whistle and no catch.
Offsetting penalties. Repeat, second down.
Okay, so we do that over again, 2nd and 4. So it's not just that St. Louis needs to win. They need to win by a margin of victory as wide as possible. Walk on the stretch play, he will be gaining just 2 yards, 3rd and 2. And we'll go Jackie Smith. And he makes a catch for 11. And it's now 1st and 10 at the Detroit 40, what is that now? The 42-yard line. We'll go Farrell on a pitch to the right side. And Farrell with running room. A gain of 14. That's his 3rd carry of the day for 20 yards total. 1st and 10 at the 29. Slant to Isaac Bruce, 1st and 10. And he's got it, and he's got 6. Touchdown Maroons. Six plays, 86 yards, 419, and St. Louis will go for the 2 points. And they're going to look to Marshall Falk, off tackle, left side. And he does not convert. So it's 2 6s have the Maroons. It's 12-0. Maroons were trying to widen that out to a 14-point lead. 10:41 left, 3rd quarter. Watkins back deep for Detroit, who has been shut out so far. But we've seen their offense come alive in previous games here on the HTFL in Season 2. 1st and 10 from the 20. And this is Stafford throwing, and he has Charlie Sanders for a gain of 7. We have Alty Taylor, who saw some action as fullback in season one. He's out of Utah State. I do remember Detroit using him. Second and three at the 27. Taylor will not gain any yards. And the crowd here at the Edward Jones Dome chanting defense, defense, defense. Third and three at the 27. Over the middle, and that is Perryman for a 9-yard gain. Now we have a whole bunch of fullbacks coming in. Dexter Bussey is now in the game. He wears 24. First and 10 from the 36. And they'll give it to Bussey, and Bussey will gain 4 yards. So Detroit deep on the depth chart, looking for a fullback to play the rest of this game. Second and 6 from the 40. I hope they didn't bring any janitors along. And this is now, we're back to Nick Pietrosante, who gained 4 yards. Setting up third and 2 from the 44. And this is Barry Sanders, a first down, a gain of 3. 12-0, St. Louis leading Detroit, 6:51 left, third quarter. First and 10 from the Detroit 47, and Stafford going deep, trying to find Calvin Johnson, but Roger Worley making the tackle. Second and 10. Ball at the 47 still, of course. Stafford, an incompletion. Charlie Sanders, but that throw into traffic. A whole bunch of players could have gotten a mid on it. Third and 10 at the 47. Stafford 12 of 23. Now he's 12 of 24 after that incompletion, looking for Brett Perryman. So the Maroons will get it back on a punt.
Offense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, fourth down.
They get Stanfill for a false start. I don't think it's going to change the fact that St. Louis will punt. Earl Morrill will set up the return. Taken by Hakeem about the 21-yard line. Returned it 1 yard, immediately tackled by Naumoff of Detroit. So St. Louis leading 12-0, but they really want to get some more points. Bruce on a medium fly on first down. Oh, immediately sacked. Immediately sacked by Alex Karras, and Lomax a little gimpy getting up. He will stay in the game, but Alex Karras, kind of like his character Mongo in Blazing Saddles, just came up and leveled him. Second and 16. We'll try Isaac Bruce on the medium cross. And that is a gain of 13. This is the perils of the situation St. Louis is in. They need to win, yes, but they need to get the point differential for the season as high as it can be, because that will likely be the determining factor whether or not they make the playoffs should they win both of their last games. Third and 3, ball to 29. We're going to go play action medium to Bruce. Incomplete. Lomax, 8 of 16, 133 yards, 138 yards, I beg your pardon. And Donnie Jones coming in to punt for the Maroons. And Detroit hanging in. Nice return there by Manley, 13 yards. The punt went 47, so the net will be 34. 4:10 left, third quarter. It's 12-0. And despite the lead, the Maroons fans feeling a little antsy. First and 10 from the 37. And that is a gain of 5 for Charlie Sanders. Not Charlie Sanders, but Barry Sanders. Roger Worley making the stop. Second and 5 at the 42. There's a throw, incomplete. And that sets up third and 5. Ball at the 42 with 3:13 left. That's over the middle to Nick Pietrosante. Stafford, he too has now been injured, an undisclosed injury. He definitely looked a little lame. And he will be remaining in the game for now. 4th and a yard. We'll watch for a fake punt here from the 46. Earl Morrill. You got Earl Morrill back there. I mean, what else do you need to prepare for? And we're going to fair catch this. And it's going to be fair, caught by Hakeem at the 13-yard line. The punt going 41 yards. 2:27 left to go. And we're going to go long to hold on first down from the 13. That is incomplete. Second and a tenner now. Screen, Marshall Faulk. And Faulk will gain 3 yards. Third and 7. Holt, cross. And we'll hope it's there, and it is there. Holt with a 16-yard gain. Len Barney on the stop. How about Smith over the middle on a cross? First and 10 from the 32. And that's a first down for Jackie. It is not often you see a team throwing the ball this much up 12 points. But the playoff situation, St. Louis has to win out, and then they have to improve their net point differential as much as they can. Slant the Bruce, first and 10 at the 47-yard line. The 42. Well, it don't matter because Bruce just gained 17, and Lomax is on a roll, and we have played now 3 quarters. It's St. Louis 12 and Detroit nothing. Detroit, 48 plays, 26 of them passes, 187 yards. St. Louis has only had 37 plays, 247 yards, and 21 of their plays passes. Now we'll go inside and set up Marshall Faulk. Guess we're using the pass to set up the run here, and he gained 2. Schmidt on the stop. This Detroit defense not bad. Not bad at all. Second and 8. We'll go Sonny Randall in the 3-wide set on the medium cross. Instead, it's dumped down to Marshall Faulk, and Faulk with a gain of 16. First and 10 at the 23. We'll go back to Faulk, trap left. And Faulk could go. He does. Touchdown, St. Louis. Eighth touchdown rushing this year for Marshall Faulk. From 23 yards out, it is 18-0. And they'll try to get the extra point for the first time today, which they do. Zerline putting it through. 19-0. 13:29 left to go. Why did I say 3? I forgot that 1 was there. Well, anyway, Watkins back deep for Detroit. Touchback. And here come the reinforcements for Detroit. Billy Sims, we'll have to watch him because he wears number 20 just like Barry Sanders does. Johnny Morton and Gail Cogdill all coming into the game. First and 10 at the 20. As Detroit feeling the need for speed, an incomplete pass.
Offense. Number 60, 10-yard penalty.
It gets Stanfill for holding. First and 20 from the 10. And it's Stafford firing and finding Brett Perryman. A gain of 7 yards. On the tackle there was Fisher. Second and 13 from the 17. Pitch to Sims. Sims, we're 10 yards, and that gets it to 3rd and 3. He stepped out of bounds, so Detroit already trying to utilize their speed. Incomplete pass looking for Perriman there. Stafford 14 of 28, 107 yards. By the way, Lomax is now 13 for 22, 200. And punting it away will be Morrill. Returning it Hakeem, and the return was 9 yards.
10-yard penalty.
And as you hear, it's being called back. First and 10 at the 23. And I'm going to take Lomax out with his injury. And Lomax probably had the best rating of anybody. I'm going to put Sam Bradford in the rest of the game. Dive with Faulk on first and 10. So this is plus 19 right now for St. Louis in this game, but I'm sure they would want to get more points if they can. Second and 11. We'll look to Randall on the slant. There's the throw for Bradford, a completion, a gain of 5. Baker will not return in this game. So in comes Cliff Averill out of Purdue. 3rd and 6, the ball at the 27. We'll go Jackie Smith on the cross. But Detroit playing short tight will use Smith on a medium hitch. And he got it. That's a gain of 14. 19-0, St. Louis on top. 1st and 10 at the 41. Smith on a medium slant. Instead, it goes to Marshall Faulk, who gains 3 yards. We're going to look to Smith on a jet sweep. 2nd and 7. Very interesting play call. There goes Smith, 40, 35, down to the 33. Longest rush of the season for Jackie at 23 yards. 1st and 10 at the 33. So St. Louis opening up all the playbook. Slant Isaac Bruce. That is incomplete. Larry with the deflection and the knockdown. 2nd and 10 at the 33. Screen Marshall Faulk, 8:34 to go. And Faulk past the 25 to the 20. And a gain of 13 yards. Bradford has started 4 for 5, 35 yards. How about Farrell on a dive? 1st and 10 from the 20. He lost a yard there. So it's 2nd and 11 from the 21. 7:40 to go. But St. Louis on a mission here to get more points. Crossing route. I think this is Jackie Smith they're going to try to go to. And instead it went to Torrey Holt, who now has a 1,000-yard receiving season. Thinking St. Louis will call the dogs off after this score. Faulk, off tackle, left side. And that's a gain of 3. 6:14 to go. Yeah, they're slowing the game down now. Probably thinking they're going to get all the points that they can. Slant to Holt. That is incomplete. 3rd and goal. And I'm going to go Smith on a cross. That's incomplete. And they'll just kick the field goal here. Zerline from 22 makes it 22-0. 5:19 left to go in the 4th. And Bradford retaking the field, 14-28, 107 yards, but now they're down 3 scores. And one of those scores would need to be a 2-point conversion. 1st and 10 from the 20. That is to tie. Stafford again shaken up. He got hit again. He got hit on the ribs. But he's going to stay in and fight on. 2nd and 10 from the 20. Deep ball. And that is...
Offsides. Defense. Number 79. 5-yard penalty.
Gail Cogdill. He gained 32 yards. Longest catch he has had this season. 1st and 10 at the 48. 5 minutes to go. And that's batted at the line by somebody, incomplete. 2nd and 10. Ball still at the 48 of St. Louis. And that's a sack. And that was Walker again. Stafford really feeling the impacts of the contact he's getting, but he's going to stay in the game. Remarkable courage out of Matthew Stafford here. 3rd and 16 at the 46. Another incompletion. Stafford was trying to dump it off to Billy Sims. And Detroit will punt it away. And Morrill with a punt of 42 yards going out of bounds at the 12. 4:03 left in the game, and I don't think we're going to see much more in terms of scoring. Falk trap right, unless they get a fluke score. That's a gain of 2 yards. Brown on the tackle for Detroit. So St. Louis will go to 8-9, and they will still be in the chase because we had a 6-way tie from 11th to 16th at 9-7 coming into this game. We know Pittsburgh lost to the Giants because we did that game yesterday. By the way, hell of a game. Go check it out if you want to. 2nd and 8 from the 14. Dive for Falk. And that is a gain of a yard. Joe Schmidt on the stop. And we're just going to take it easy here. Pitch to Falk on 3rd and 7. And that is a gain of 2. We'll take it to the 2. Score is 22-0 in favor of St. Louis. So we know the cut line will be 9-8 because there was a 6-way tie from 11th to 16th. Tampa Bay just making the cut at 9-8. We will have them tomorrow against Houston. Donnie Jones punting it away. That'll be a good game. And the return, 9 yards from Manley. Washington on the tackle for St. Louis. So 1:55 to go. You got a couple teams at 8-8 that could move up to 9-8. So 9-8 will be the cut line, which means St. Louis's win keeps them in the hunt for sure. 2nd and 10 at the 47. That is incomplete. Stafford now 15-34. He has not had a good day. 139 yards. 3rd and 10 from the 47. That is a screen to Billy Sims, who gained 3, got out of bounds. 4th and 7 from the 50. Screen. Sims, did he get enough? He did not. Gain of 3 yards. So 1:29. Detroit still has all their timeouts, so I gotta play this straight. Dive for Falk. You gotta see if they call time. They do not. So I will keep the clock moving. I'll have Bradford take a knee just in case. And that'll do it. Your final. St. Louis 22, Detroit nothing. St. Louis will stay alive at 8-9 for that last playoff spot. They will need to win next week, and they will need probably some help. But a plus 22 for St. Louis doesn't hurt their cause any. MVP of the game was Marshall Faulk, and you see the scoring summary there. 6 in the first, 6 in the third, 10 in the fourth. 372 yards. They misfired twice in the red zone, and they only ran 57 plays, and Detroit ran 59, so they caught up a little bit on plays. And here are your player stats I'll read off to you. Stafford, not the better quarterback. Lomax, 13-22, 200 yards. He got a little tweaked late in the game, so I put Bradford in. He went 5 for 8 for 48. Falk, the best rusher, 20 carries and 80 yards. He also had 6 catches for 60. And he led in terms of catches, but Bruce, with the 4 catches for 80 yards, led everybody in terms of yardage. Your leading tackler was Wilson with 9 tackles. So again, your final, it was 22-0. St. Louis defeating Detroit. And that moves St. Louis to 8-9. Their net points is at an even 0 right now. And our next game will be, hello everybody, Houston and Tampa Bay at Houston. This will be a huge game. They had a huge game where Houston led most of the way against Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay came back with a miracle finish, winning it in the last few seconds. So this will be an interesting rematch of that. And what game do I have for you on Thursday? Well, a big one. San Francisco hosting Denver. A win by Denver gets them a guaranteed slot in the playoffs at 10-6, so they need 11. We know the cut line will be 9-8, so anybody two ahead will be guaranteed a playoff spot. It's just a matter of seeding at this point. So I hope you enjoyed today's game. I enjoyed bringing it to you as always. And with that, I will bid you all adieu. This has been Big Paulie saying Godspeed, God bless. We'll do it all again soon. Bye bye for now, everybody.